everybody. Welcome to the show today. I'm the host, Sean, and today I have a special guest, Josh. How you doing, Josh?
Hey, doing great.
Hey, Josh. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and let them know where they can get a hold of you?
All right. Well, my name is Josh Snodgrass, and I'm a Christian guitar player. You can find me at my website, just joshsnodgrass.com, or I'm on, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those places. I think one problem guitar players often fall into is someone's like, "Oh, the guitar is cool," and they start playing the guitar a little bit, and then they just immediately shoot for the moon. And instead of trying to learn something more approachable, they'll go straight to, Van Halen or Tommy Emmanuel or whoever, and then they struggle to play it well. And then when they play it, other people are like, they compare that to the original artist. They're like, that doesn't sound that good. So it's a lot better to, I always tell people, if you can find something that's like not, if your level's here, maybe find something that's there, not like just astronomically above where you're at, because it's just kind of a big waste of time and it's frustrating. And really, I think you end up making more problems for yourself in the long run. Because I know for me, when I was trying to play all that really complicated stuff, I wasn't playing the rhythms right. And like, so I got in the habit of really having bad rhythm because I was trying to play this super syncopated stuff that I didn't even understand what the rhythm was to begin with. So, but yeah, I played there for, learn some of that stuff and had to really, I got to the point where I was trying to record stuff and I wanted to, do all this crazy stuff, but I ended up having to just like completely break down my style, like kind of, just really forget all that fancy stuff and just go back to, I'm just going to try to play like a bass and melody note at the same time and have it be in time and sound good, like good tone and that kind of thing. And that, like coming out of there, um, kind of gradually learning different songs with that kind of like bass and melody approach was really what led me to where I am now. And now, I've learned to work in different picking patterns or different parts and things, but um, and eventually I may get to, I guess, doing more complicated things, but the other thing I learned is people really like to listen to songs they can recognize and they like melody. And so if you're trying to play but one thing I think is interesting is like you go to like a Tommy Emmanuel concert, and basically everyone there is either a guitar player or a guitar player's significant other, right? And so if you want to appeal to people that are not guitar players, it's probably better not to play like Tommy Emmanuel because he's like the guitar player's guitar player. So if you play songs, if you play the melody, you play the chords, whatever, you play songs that people like, you play a melody that they can like identify, that they could sing along with, that they could feel, and that will move them, they're going to actually like it more than if you play all this complicated, crazy stuff that they don't even understand or care about.
I love it. So, two things in this I'm hearing. One is you want to start with a good foundation in order to
Totally. Yeah.
build upon, which is a good
Yeah.
life lesson, right? And so the other thing is the idea of appealing to the people's sense of melody.
As musicians, we see the things we like and we think everyone else should like it too. And then we think if I can't play like as good as that person, like I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody at a concert, I think the most common response at a Tommy Emmanuel concert to people, like people, people's most common response is, I'm going to go home and burn my guitar.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
know exactly why they think that. They think that because they had ambition to be a great guitar player. And you see Tommy play, and you're like, wow, I will never be a great guitar player. And so if that was your ambition to be great, well, the bar is a lot higher than you think. But if it's like you want to like enjoy music, you want to like make music people enjoy listening to, um,
I think it's
the
right.
bar is not impossible. You can actually do that. So it's just
I agree with you.
the other thing is that we're each individuals and we each have our individual strengths and there's it's funny. There's people I've played, I've done concerts or whatever, and I've talked to people. They'll tell me, "Oh, you're a great guitar player," and I was like, "Oh no, Tommy Manuel's a great guitar player." And then they'll be, "I don't even like Tommy," and I'm like, "You prefer my music to Tommy Manuel's? I'm ready to tear my robes." I'm like, "That's ridiculous," But the but but people like different things, and so there for all of us as individuals, there's something unique in our music. There's something unique, and I would like encourage everyone like find the thing that's unique about you and how. For me, when I try to play the really fast stuff, my rhythm inadequacies came out. I'm not. real gifted at like super intricate rhythms, but I can play with like soul and touch, and like a sense of presence. And so when I play the slower stuff, I noticed like people like would be crying. I play a slow song and people would cry, and so, or they were just really feeling it. They come after me afterwards and tell me how much it meant to them or whatever. And so, um, or some of the original things I would do. That's the other thing too. For me, probably I think when people listen to my YouTube channel, I think a lot of people maybe don't realize it. Some people do, but I think one thing that makes it different than some of the other channels that are similar is that like there's a lot of little like interludes and things that are original melodies and all that and chords. And so those kind of frame the songs, put a little intro at the beginning, go into maybe a little bridge that I wrote, put a little thing on the end. And it like makes you think about the song in a different way because there's this original piece that was kind of like presenting it differently. And so that's kind of like when I think about my music, I think that that's my like specialty or the thing that I do differently than other people do. Somehow when I'm working on that little arranging piece, I come up with different things than other people would do. And so I think that a lot of people they listen to my music because of those little things. But that's my thing. And I think that everyone, you have to kind of find your sound and find what makes you unique because you can stand out with like your uniqueness as a person, as a musician can make you uh, fresh, just and in this day and age, especially, you're dealing with social media and there's a million guitar players. Who cares how good you are? Like, I mean, you can go find some 6-year-old kid on YouTube that plays way better than you or I or anyone watching this does, probably. But so if you're just trying to be great, it's like, and then what defines great? It's like an endless empty pursuit. Like you'll never know that you made it. It's just a hopeless thing to try to be great. And I think that you just got to make music you enjoy and that speaks to you and that people connect with and just enjoy doing it. And people can come along or not, I guess. That's the
I
thing.
love it.
You don't
I
have to
love
have
it.
a huge audience or anything.
All right, amen to that. Well, thanks for being on the show, Josh. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me.